watching You Matters Happy Hour.
So hello and welcome to the You Matter chat show with myself, Scott Jones, and he's doing his hair at the moment, but it's Andy Leake.
How are you?
Yeah, good, mate, you?
Yeah, very well. Thank you. Very well indeed. Let me put the comments up because I can't see the comments. There we go. Happy days.
We haven't got any comments yet, so anyone that is watching but not commented, put your comments in, say hello, let us know you're here. Because we can't really see who's joining.
We're a bit late because Scott's been grooming his beard, isn't he? Getting it ready. It
looks like you're still doing yours. You're still going for it.
Well, to be fair, yeah, I'll keep old hair's been trimmed today. Look, so, but yeah, I've groomed mine this week, mate. To be fair, I've took all them because it was growing under the mask like this.
Yeah.
So I've ordered 2 beard masks this week.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because
didn't know that was a thing, but great.
Yeah, no, I didn't. But I was fed up with it. And a lot of the lads at work who haven't even got beards, they wear them snoods, but they keep doing this all day. All day they're doing that. And I've found online some beard masks that are long, but they've got hooks on.
That's fantastic.
So to see if I can carry on growing it without it curling. So yeah, happy days.
Technology these days, eh?
Oh, it's mad, mate. It's mad. It's mad. Linda's in. Look, Linda loves it. Linda. RWS's mom, that is.
Hello, Linda. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. If you are wondering who I am, I'm the better looking version of Andy, basically.
Yeah, he is. He's like the mini me. Yeah, he's like, Lou's in. Good evening, Lou. Good evening, Faces in the house. Megan, Toby, I hope you're feeling better. Megan, I know you was having a bit of a head shake. So I hope you're feeling bright and breezy tonight, my lovely.
Yes. Evening, Meg. Thanks for joining us. So, I mean, we've spoken this week in, week out, and I know I let Andy down a little bit last week because we were meant to meet up and have a big overall and sort of do the show and what we're going to do and, you know, have little events during the show. I let him down because I had work commitments, unfortunately. So we've not been able to do that. But we are hoping to sort of rebrand the show very soon to bring features. And as we keep saying, we're looking for suggestions of what you want to see as well. So if you've got anything, I mean, I've decided, Andy, one thing I do want to do is I want to bring back something that me and Lee used to do on the show.
Okay.
And it's funny news stories.
Funny news stories. Okay.
So we used to look throughout the week and we'd find like some funny stories that went on that week, and then we'd come and discuss them.
Yeah.
On the show. I mean, one of the ones that stand out for me because it was genius sort of thinking about this woman is so someone who was in the McDonald's and there was a queue in front of her, but the woman behind was getting impatient and kept beeping her to move forward. So when they went forward, she put her order in, paid off. The next one put her order in. When they got to the window to pay, the woman in front said, "I'll pay for the woman's behind as well."
Nice.
So they said, yes, so that's nice. Because she wanted to kind of, you know, show her like, look, you may be beeping at me, but I'm going to. But there was a twist to the story. Because then the woman shouted out the window, "Oh, thank you very much," and sort of apologised.
Don't want to see my towel, do you? Yeah, come on.
No, I'm just singing professional as ever. But then what actually happened was when they got to the next window, the woman said, "Oh, I've paid both of those are mine," and showed the receipt that she'd paid for both of them. So she got the food. So when the next one went to the window, her food wasn't there waiting for her.
Oh, no.
So she had to go back round and order again.
Oh, cheek.
So it cost a bit of money, but it was worth it.
Yeah. That's a clever little stamina.
And the fact that she said thank you and everything to her, so yeah.
Nice, paying it forward, paid it forward. Happy days. I'm going to sit at McDonald's doing pap at people. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing that from now on. I've seen that done in, not seen it, but I've read about it done in supermarkets as well, where people will pay for maybe somebody that's an older person or something behind them. They'll pay for their little bit of shopping in advance, which is quite a nice little touch in these, if you can afford it and if it's something you feel like doing, and it's quite a nice little thing to do.
Yeah, there was a guy on YouTube that used to do it.
I shall start standing behind people that look richer than me from now on in all supermarkets.
You take your beard mask off and let it really roll down.
Yeah, let it really roll down, let it get all disheveled and everything. Megan left the house today, Scott, so yes, she's feeling good. Well done. Small steps. Days, Megan. And Judy's on. Judy's come in. Judy, as Scott comments, we need to know what your question was last week. I ain't slept. I ain't slept worrying about, and I've actually had people. Strangely, Judy, I have had people ask me, what was Judy's question? Did I miss it? I've actually had people ask me. I'm like, no, none of us know. None of us know.
I don't think Judy knows at the moment. That's the problem.
No, you need to rethink, Judy, because we need to know what you're doing. Face as he normally says the person behind is paying for his.
That's a great way of doing it. I never thought of it that way.
Alternative, paying it backwards. Happy days. Happy days. I've just done 20 minutes meditation on, and I ought to go and fetch it, but it looked really unprofessional again. A mat that RWS has bought for us to meditate on, and it's basically got spikes. It's basically like a nail bed, and it's only like waist high, so you take your shirt off and you lie on it, and it's got plastic. They are spikes. There's no other word for them, and they're also like as a hood, so you might still be able to see the red marks.
Is that what happens to your hair? Do you get stuck in the spikes?
Yeah. It's I don't know what it is, but it's blinking sharp, and I've done it tonight for 20 minutes. And to be fair, there we go. RWS has put on and look, a Shakti mat. If anyone wants to look them up, look them up. It was bloody painful to lie on, but I actually was nearly late for this show, Scott, because my 20-minute meditation ran out and I'd fallen asleep. So I didn't hear the music end. It was only because I woke up in a startle thinking, what time is it? And it was like 24 or something like that. So I was in a bit of a panic. But I'd fallen asleep on this bloody bed of nails. It's just a sponge mat with like these plastic spikes on. And you get a roll of the plastic. It bloody hurts to lie on. I've got to be honest, but I fell asleep on it. It's ridiculous. And apparently, the longer you spend on it, the circulation in your body. So if anybody's struggling with things, look them up. And have a look, see what a Shakti mat's all about. So I don't know what it's all about, to be honest. I've just tried it and I fell asleep on it. So it must do something. It was a bit mental.
I have got a picture of one up here.
Yeah, it's bloody painful, mate, I tell you. But I fell asleep on it, and I did it for 20 seconds last night, and it was so painful. Rach did it for 20 minutes. And I thought, no, I'm going to do it. So I switched off, put my music, my 20-minute meditation on. And I suddenly woke up, the room was silent, my candles were burning. I was like, shit, I'm going to go and see Scott. I
wonder where you were. I was a little bit worried.
Yeah, no, brilliant. It was sharp on the back of the head more than the back, but yeah. Judy's not stopping long. So, Judy, if you get a question, let us know this time while Scott's looking for the Shakti mat. He's trying to get the picture up to show you what I mean.
I am.
There will be people that may benefit from this because I fell asleep on it, and it's supposed to help your sleep long term through blood circulation and all this sort of stuff. The consistent use. So I'm doing it every day for a little while. That's for sure. Give it a go. See what happens because I don't sleep well.
I'm hoping I pull the right little thing up here.
Yeah. That's it.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, those plastic spikes are little plastic. As you can see, they're little round things, and they're just really sharp spikes like plastic. Golf spike type things. It helps with sleep. If anyone's struggling, give it a try. That's what it's alleged to do. I fell asleep on it, and if you said to me you'll fall asleep on that, I'd have gone, you're having a laugh, aren't you? Because it bloody hurts. But I just concentrate on my breathing, put my candles on, turn the lights off, and as I say, I nearly missed the bloody start of the show.
Yeah, I did. I was thinking for a bit. I'm gonna have to go solo here. So.
Yeah. Well, I literally, honestly, because I have a 20-minute meditation music that had finished, and I woke up to silence. I didn't even know it had finished. It was like, what time was it? Oh my god!
It would have been better if you'd have woke up and it was like 8:20.
Oh man, that would have been horrendous. Brilliant, all the same, So I can recommend it so far after one evening. Good evening, Craig. I hope you're well, mate. And Lou Smith,
Craig.
One of those, Lou. I'll let you know. I'll get on. I shall be using it every day this week. So just as a tester, really, and then I'll perhaps put a little bit of a review out to people on Awesome Together and You Matters, just to see if I feel of any benefit with my sleeping, because I struggle with that as well. So
there you go. And I've just thought of a new topic for the show.
Go on, then. I'll make a note of these.
Andy recommends.
And you
come on each week with it, and people like put new features to you. You try them out.
Yeah.
And then you come back and tell us what you think of them.
I can do that. That's not a problem, as long as it's not yampy foods and things like that. 'Cause I'm not a big fan, but things that people would like to know if they work and they don't cost a fortune, then they're proven. Then, I mean, that thing, as I say, Rachel suddenly turned up with it and it was like, what? That's bloody punishment for something. That ain't comfort. But
no, I'll be honest, it doesn't look great.
No, and I'm repeating myself. I fell asleep on it, and that's the first time I've used it, and it hurts. But what's going on there? I've gone dark. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, that's all good, isn't it?
That is, yeah. So Andy recommends them, the acupuncture mat. I forgot what it's actually called now.
Called a Shakti mat. SHAKTI. Shakti mats.
You've just got to be careful how you say that, haven't you?
You have, yeah. No idea how much it costs, but one night, one use, 20-minute meditation, one use so far. Yeah, I fell asleep. So
yeah, Face. I think he recommends it from what you're saying.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm just trying to fill time here because I like bore myself.
So what we're talking about. So I want to go on to a sort of a new funny news story.
Okay.
That happened this week, and it was about a cow that escaped and charged into a hospital waiting room and attacked patients.
A
cow, yeah. So I have got a quick video to show you. So here's the video of it. So you see, they just sat there waiting just for their appointment, and then all of a sudden, a cow just appears out of nowhere.
It's on a lead as well, though. Look.
That's the bit that I noticed. It's like someone took it for a walk.
Yeah. It's not. It don't like that person in the corner, does it?
I think it might be an X.
It might be an X. Yeah.
I mean, I love it. Like this bit here is like the best sort of version of tug of war I've ever seen.
Yeah. He must have gone in for another operation.
Hey,
come on. Come on.
Got there.
Hey.
But yeah, so there's a cow that
taking herd immunity to a whole new level, isn't it? That.
How many more you got?
I don't know. I'll let you know at calf time.
There we go.
He
doesn't give up.
He doesn't know yet. Are they by K-Tel? They're Remington Face. I liked them so much. I bought the company Remington. Scott probably won't remember that. We're going old school again with Scott. Go in now. Speak soon. Take care. See you later, Judy. Have a good evening.
See you, Judy. Thanks for joining us. No, Remington for me. I thought you were on about a shaver.
Yeah, well, Remington and K-Tel were a very similar thing. The guy liked the company so much. I liked the product so much. I bought the company. That was the advert. And Remington and K-Tel were a similar thing back in the 70s. K-Tel Records, and they did all these like fluff removers on your coats and stuff, and things that sewed on your button like a stapler, but it's sewed on your button.
Nice. Yeah. I could do one of them.
Yeah. Tacky things like that.
What's on the t-shirt tonight? It's just Marvel t-shirt tonight. Rocking their comics for RWS. See, I'm getting used to it now.
Yeah, see, the thing is, Scott, you are creating a bit of a thing with these t-shirts, mate, to be fair. So you need to pull some out of the bag.
I think every week now, yeah. I've got quite a few more that I can pull out the bag.
Yeah, you need to get them on because it's becoming a bit of a thing. I think it's becoming a bit of a staple, Scott's t-shirts.
So that's another thing we're having.
Yeah.
Andy recommends Scott's t-shirt.
Scott's t-shirts. I'm writing that down as well as ideas.
Little pun.
Yeah. Andy recommends funny news stories.
I mean, to be fair, there's been like a brainstorming, hasn't it? We've come up with all sorts of ideas. And we will be also bringing on people to interview as well in the next few coming weeks. And if you know anyone. Yeah,
JB's. I've got some of JB's still to look at, to be fair. I haven't had a chance. Well, I haven't got round to it. It's more the point. I have had a chance. I haven't got round to it.
Well, Andy, so you're being upstaged here by RWS.
She loves it, doesn't
she? A t-shirt. I thought it was marvelous.
Marvelous. She's showing off because her mom's on.
Yeah, she's. You got to up your game now, mate.
I know.
You got competition.
I've got nothing on mine. I need to get some. I've got some that are relative to my show because people bought them me, but I haven't got any. Face will have some t-shirts he could send me if I could get in them, but they're probably the size of Action Man because he's only little. He's our Face.
Well, I want to. I'm going to move on to another story that we've got to talk about, and this one is. This sort of pains me to read this one because there was a student who was left hungry after receiving a message from a food delivery driver that he had eaten her 2 burgers and a chicken wrap before he delivered them. I mean,
He'd eaten
so
them.
Elias, who was 21, ordered £15 worth of food on Uber Eats, and to be dropped off in a house in Ilford, East London. I mean, there's too many L's in that, isn't there? Like, in a name and an address. That's like there's 7 L's in that address. She got the standard message saying her food was on the way, but then it got tantalizingly close, and another notification came through that said, "Sorry, love, ate your food." I mean, can you imagine that?
And is this true?
Yeah, this is the true story.
Was he
it happened earlier this week in London.
Was he winding her up, or did he?
Nope. And then to make it worse, to rub like salt into the wound, when she went into the app, it told her that the food had been delivered and asked if she wanted to leave the driver a tip.
Yeah, don't eat my food.
Yeah, tip next time, bring it all the way.
Yeah. Wow. Can you imagine? I mean, the fact that the guy actually told her, he obviously wanted to keep his job, and he was obviously thinking, well, she'll just get a refund and I'll get it taken out of my delivery costs.
I mean, that's right. It wasn't like it was the cheap thing of £15 worth of food there. I mean, I've got a question. If she was on her own, which it seems to be from that message, that she was ordering 2 burgers, chips, and a wrap.
Perhaps she's having some for tomorrow.
That's my kind of girl.
Yeah, she'd like you to go right there, wouldn't you? We could get her. Let's Scotty see the hottie on the top. Right?
That's it. Let's Scotty see the totty.
Scotty, look, I mean, Face must have seen the story because he's saying she thought it was funny and took it really well. So he must have seen the story. I haven't seen it. So,
yeah.
Lisa Pitton, good evening, Lisa. Hope you're doing okay this week after your little bit of a, excuse me, a bit of bad news over the weekend, losing a family member. But I know Lisa, she'll be fine. Lou Smith saying she's small. Face is short, not small. Yeah, he's undersized. Was it under height for his weight? Is that what they say? Is that what it is?
I mean, I'm guilty of that as well, so can't really say much.
No.
But I say all the best people are, and
they are. Yeah, I'm working on it still. I'm still 15 quid, and he ate all of it though.
It must have been a long delivery, isn't it?
It must have been from miles away. Yeah, because it's like he's eating 2 burgers, a wrap, and some chips in that. An Uber, what are they normally? I would imagine. I don't know. Never sort of. I'm not thinking about. Well, they're only 10-minute journeys, aren't they? I'd have thought normally.
Normally, yeah, it's not that far away.
They're not 20-minute journeys, aren't they? So bloody hell, he must have. Wow.
Yeah, but to confirm what Faye said, she did say, "I found the whole thing funny. At least I know that the food was eaten in the end. I got my food, so I wasn't fussed. This has never happened to me before." I mean, she's a lot better about it than I've been.
Well, I suppose at the end of the day, you can't do anything about it, can you? And she's got another meal. So I suppose the worst thing might have been the app saying, "Do you want to leave a tip?" Which is just ironic, isn't it? Because I'm sure that's just an automated process. But that would have been the worst thing going on there and saying, "Do you want to leave a tip?" Wouldn't it? Well, actually, I'm it. Yeah.
Just add an insult to the injury.
Yeah.
But Meg says, "I reckon I could give it a go eating all that quick."
Yeah.
I mean,
worth an attempt, wouldn't it?
Should we try it? Should we just for research purposes?
I'm going to order it. Would you get an Uber if you ordered it now? I'm assuming it was a Burger King or a McDonald's. I missed that bit. Was it a particular brand?
I don't think it said what it was.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you'd have to laugh and go, fair play. The guy must have been starving, hadn't he? Perhaps he does it every night. Perhaps that's how he gets his tea.
Do you reckon he came back and thought, "Oh, not Dave again"?
Yeah.
Dave, just in the shop. Lads, Dave's done it again.
Yeah.
So you're hungry for any?
Do you think he like sort of messages the customer to say, "Can I have something different? I had burger last night. Any chance of you ordering a Chinese or something? I had burger last night."
But you would also thought that, like, working for a takeaway, that you could have probably got like a free burger out of them if you'd have asked. But
yeah.
We'll do the delivery. Any chance of just slipping us a burger in?
So yeah, for the sake of a quid.
Yeah. But no, he has to steal the customers.
If we
I mean, that sort of thing don't sit well with me.
Where you'd be
never steal another man's food. Or one big food in this case.
McDonald's comes in 20 minutes to hers from ordering usually.
That's, I mean, years ago, if you'd have told 2010 me that you can get McDonald's delivered to your house within 20 minutes of wanting it, I mean, that's.
I'm still in the one that shocks me, Scott, and I know that's the modern world and it's the way it is now, so no good harping on about it. But the one that shocks me is that you can get a Starbucks delivered.
Yeah,
I get your takeaway in McDonald's in a way in this modern world. It's a bit of a treat, get it in. The kids like to see it being delivered and all that lovely stuff that goes with it. But to feel you can get a Starbucks delivered, you can't even make your own. That one just like, how hard? No, I can't get my head around the Starbucks delivery. I just find that mind blowing. Why? Who?
Yeah.
Oh, how?
But also, I mean, like if you order from a takeaway, it's like £10 minimum delivery. So do you have to pay like £10 worth of Starbucks to get it delivered?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a massive sort of takeaway coffee fan. I've had them, obviously, but I'm not a huge got to have one every morning type thing. But to think that you can now get a coffee delivered.
Yeah, it's a mad world, isn't it now?
It is mad. You just work for takeaways. Yeah.
It'll probably be cold. It's probably cold in 20 minutes. To be fair, I think with McDonald's food, it does. I mean, the chips tend to, even if you eat them inside,
they're cold.
Within like 30 seconds of them leaving the counter, they're freezing cold.
They are. Yeah, to be fair, that is.
I've watched them literally cook them in front of me, and they're still cold.
Yeah. That's fine. I must admit, I'd like to. If you could take, here we go. Here's a question. If you could take, we're talking the fast food joints, so the Burger Kings, the Wimpy's, the McDonald's, the KFCs. If you could take how would you build your ultimate fast food junk food meal? I think I'd go 20 nuggets because I'm a big fan of the nugget. I'd probably go Burger King chips, and I think I'd go back to McDonald's for the ice cream. That would
McFlurries, I'm with you on that. McFlurries are going to be the best.
But I think the change I'd make for them. No, to be fair, thinking about it, I'd go KFC for the chicken. I'd go for the bucket, but I'd take the Burger King chips and the McDonald's ice cream. That would be my sort of ultimate junk meal.
I think I'd go with that. I'd have KFC for the burger, but I'd have something like the Zinger Stacker. It's what I normally have from there. It's like a chicken burger sort of thing, and then chips. I mean, I do like the KFC chips, but if we're mixing it up, then I'll go for the Burger King chips with you.
Yeah, Burger King chips.
Yeah. So Meg says that Starbucks is like £4 for delivery. That's more than the actual coffee.
On top of your coffee?
Yeah, on top.
So your coffee's like £3 or whatever they are. So £7 for a cup of coffee
to get delivered. Yeah, instead of making your own.
That's like 3 weeks worth of supplies. RWS is moaning that she doesn't get a coffee in the morning. Just ignore her. Just move on.
You've got £7 to spare. Starbucks.
Yeah, can get you on. Yeah.
A GoFundMe page. Get me a coffee.
Yeah. I might start doing sponsored walks for a coffee.
The coffee fund.
Walk to Starbucks so I can have a coffee delivered.
And then not pay the £4 delivery. Genius.
Yeah. Perfect, profitable sponsorship. I like the idea of that.
The way to roll.
Fact news: KFC is 12 miles away.
That's not good. I feel for you there. I feel the same way about Nando's. Our nearest Nando's is probably about 15, 60 miles away. Be Maryhill or Worcester. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I'd have thought.
It's not good. I mean, it just teases me when you see Nando's do delivery, but we don't live close enough to get one.
Yeah, and it's a bit like, I mean, my granddad loves that stuff, but my nan does too.
I'm big fan. That's the one thing I missed the most about lockdown is getting to have a Nando's.
Okay. See, Linda Wood says she's gonna have the same as me. She'll go with KFC bucket, Burger King chips, and a McFlurry pudding. Yeah, gotta go. That seems like it. Megan Toby, look, I worked in London many years ago, and I'm going to name drop. I did some security work for Elaine Page. Woo! If anybody knows her, she sang "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" and was in Evita back in the day. But
that's quite impressive, mate.
I went to one of them little sandwich booths on down whatever road it was in. I'm talking hundreds of years ago, and I went to one of these little sandwich booths to get a sandwich, obviously. And I thought, I'll have a boiled egg with it. And so I asked for a boiled egg, and it was £1. So I didn't have it. I was that tight. I was like, I'm paying £1 for a boiled egg. So yeah, so I didn't have the boiled egg. That shocked me to this day. And we're talking probably 25, 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago, I would say. £20 boiled egg.
A boiled egg down there now is probably like tenner, isn't it?
Probably is, yeah. 10 pence mix-ups a tenner down there. Linda Wood's having the same as me, obviously. Lou Smith doesn't like KFC. She doesn't do batter or breadcrumbs. Okay, so Lou, so what would be your mix and match of meal then? If you could have the ultimate junk food fast meal, what would it be? What would the mix be?
It's a great question when you think about it.
It is a great question, guys, because that would be my ultimate, what I've already said. Face Rick Steins fish and chips, £18.
But question is though, with your mix-up, would you throw a tasty land in there?
Slow what?
Would you throw a tasty land in there?
Yeah, if that's what you want. But I've got to say, I think I've never tried a tasty land, if I'm honest. But I've got to say, I do like the KFC chicken. It is my go-to. When the gyms were open, Friday night was always the family bucket on my own. I'd drive back from the gym, go to the KFC, and have a family bucket and just sit there quietly with my headphones on when the gym was open. But obviously, it's not the minute, so I've cut back.
Was you going to the gym to cancel out the chicken? Right?
Yeah, and I was also sort of earning considerable more money than I am now, so that had to go out the window as well. At £12 a pop every Friday night. But Burger King meal. Oh, so we're not even mixing it up, Lou. She's going straight. She's going straight, just down the middle.
Big fan of BK.
She is a big fan of the BK
stuff. I'm just trying to think if there's any you got Subways as well. We're not throwing them in there.
That's a potential. Subway's in there, isn't it? Yeah.
Would you have a sandwich in there?
Subway. I panic. I'm a panicker in Subway. I like to know if there's a queue, I'm more likely to have a Subway.
So you have time to look and
it's where you get to the front and they're just all stood there with their gloves on, looking at you, and I'm going, I don't even know what sort of bread I want, and I don't know what are those things in that bucket, and I don't know what they are, and I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah. So I have to have if there's a queue, or I'm okay with Subway, but if there's a queue, I tend to avoid.
Yeah, I think I've known a few people that I've gone in for the first time and felt like they should get £1 million for answering all the questions right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't even know what half those things are in a bucket. Go to the gym and have a fat meal. I looked at it as my treat meal, Lou. It was usually on every night, and I looked at it as my treat meal. RWS would have a McDonald's milkshake, a KFC ice cream. Ooh, that's one of them milkshakey crushum things, isn't it?
Crushums, that's it.
And Mackey's.
Trying to think what it was.
So she's having no solid food in there. She's just having chips, ice cream, and a milkshake. Oh, Megan's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works there.
Greg's bacon and cheese wrap. That's not a bad one, is it?
That's a bad check. Mark Price would have an Indian starter, Chinese main, and a delightful dessert, Dreamland. Look at him. He's walking all the way down from the Swan and just making his way around the town centre. And he just careful, you don't know whether you're on the pedestrian area or the bus road. Be careful around there, Mark. Be careful. You don't know where you're walking. Matt Calvin, he'd have too many questions asked in Subway just for a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. I like tricking them and going in and saying what you want, knowing and combating every question they're going to ask you, and they kind of get confused because then you've answered them and they can't ask the question. They get lost and flustered because they're like,
okay,
because they've not asked the questions. They feel like they're in a whole new world.
So you go in and tell them, I want that bread, that meat, that filling, that topping, and a Coke, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they have a chance to ask you any questions, and it blows their mind, mate. I tell you that.
That's like going to a lap dancing club and staying stood up all night. So
I wouldn't. I've never been to one.
No, normally that's just rumours. So RWS has changed their minds. There's a surprise. Chip shop chips, not Mackey's. Okay, yes, never thought the chip shop. We've kept that out there, really. Craig Murphy's coming back in with a double bacon cheeseburger from Burger King, McDonald's fries, and a donut from Greg's.
I don't actually think I've had a donut from Greg's.
Oh, I don't think. I mean, the Greg's for me is all about the hot sausage roll, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to have a sandwich from there on my lunch break, mainly because it's one of the few places still open in town to get something.
Yeah.
But then I normally go for, like you said, like a hot dog, not hot dog, sausage roll.
Yeah.
Don't know where a hot dog came from. They don't sell them in Greg's.
Okay.
Or a steak pasty, something like that. And then a little. I know I was saying that. Sorry, I do have donuts quite a lot from Greg's. I've just realised I have pretty much a donut every day.
Right, so hold on. Let's just rewind. Does anybody? Can we go back here? All right, Scott's just said I didn't even know Starbucks. No, Greg's even do donuts, and then he's just said 2 minutes, 30 seconds later, he has one pretty much every day. So where do you get them from, Scott? Where do you think the magic donut shop was?
It's only just occurred to me when I was reading through what I have that I literally finished with like a donut and pretty much every time. I normally have like the triple chocolate donut or something like this, or triple something donut. I don't even know what it is. I just point to it and say, I'll have that one.
Not only do we now have a donut there, we have the largest donut layer they do. So we've gone from not even knowing they did them to having one every day, the biggest one they do.
The triple one, yeah.
That's a memory for you, isn't it? So let's catch up with them. Our crispy duck pancakes and the Chinese. She's changed them on again, Mr. Whippy. Now we're throwing in other stuff. I have to say the Mr. Whippy would be my ice cream as well, rather than the McFlurry. Now we're throwing in some alternatives. Then I would have to switch to the Mr. Whippy as well. Charlie's Kebab Van is still on. It's opposite the Land Rover dealer, mate. It's still there on the SCS car park. He is there most nights. And some afternoons, I believe, as well, mate. Yes, he is still there. Whether it's Charlie's, I don't know, but there's definitely a burger / kebab van there.
No. I've never been privy to that one. I'll have to. I do remember the burger van that used to be outside Bed City when I'd come out of Mirage at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Mo used to have it.
Yeah. Yeah. The thinnest burgers in the world and lots of onions.
Do you know what? I mean, the states I used to come out, I know I used to have like a burger and egg. I used to have bacon and egg burger with onions every night, and she would break the egg for me and cook it so I didn't make a mess of myself when I was eating, which is lovely.
Oh.
But I literally can't remember that much about it ever.
That's nice of it. I mean, caring for you. Say, look nice when you get home.
Yeah, that's. Well, you never know who you're going to meet on the way home, do you? You know,
especially because you can't remember getting a frigging daily donut from Greg's. You probably don't even know which way home you're supposed to go. Jesus.
I just walk the wrong way home.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I end up on French. I live nowhere near French.
Fair play to you. Fair play to you. It was took me 25 minutes to get home on a 2-minute journey because I kept crossing the road because I was that pissed. I just kept crossing the road. And I know that he was with me. A mate actually had to hold my hand and walked me home. He held my hand all the way home, and he just literally opened my front door, pushed me in, locked the door, and pushed my key back through the letterbox. He just found me. I was just crossing the road. He said, "You just kept crossing the road."
So you weren't even with it. You weren't even out with this mate.
Oh, he saw me and he came over and he literally held my hand and walked me home. Yeah. So Lou doesn't like being asked questions when ordering a meal. So what about, can I help you? Do you find that one a bit of a struggle? What would you like? Would you like sauce? Strange, Lou. Strange.
Grey areas there,
yeah. Yeah. Megan Toby, she likes caramel custard donuts. Is that a Greg thing? Oh, yeah, no, I'm asking you. You can't. Yeah.
I wouldn't know, mate.
Greg's cookies now, to be fair, I do like the Tesco's bags of cookies, $5 for £1. But they're not a sharing bag, though, are they? Can't beat to 99. Face wants to change the subject because he's on Slim Fast, the world's biggest rip-off. Megan Tovey is doing Mirage. Well, she's laughing about Mirage back in the day.
What a place it was. Spent most of my 18 to 21s that were in there.
How old are you now?
22, mate. I stopped going last year.
Yeah, quick. Loving it.
Okay, so Andy, on that then, how old do you think I am?
Well, now you're growing a beard, Scott, you're getting closer to my age. So I'm going to say you are the job you do, the stuff you do. I'm going to say you're, so the job you do, considering that as well,
So Mega just said I'm showing my age with that name.
38.
38. Okay. So I'm going to leave it open for a little bit before I tell you if you're right or wrong. See if anyone in the comments says anything. Face thinks I'm 63.
Linda Woods is getting hungry. Rachel, can you sort Mom out? She's getting hungry. Get her an Uber. Get your mom Ubered some food. Look after your mother, Rach.
But if you do, make sure the delivery driver doesn't steal it.
Yeah. Rachel says you're 34.
Okay.
Megan knows. Don't drop us in it then, Megan. Oh, we have a visitor. Hello, Bonnie. Oh, she's not. She's coming. Hello, sweetie pie. Yeah, so Megan knows. Craig Murphy saying 35. Face is going with me at 38. They're right, then, ones. I'll forget it like Greg's.
You're 43. Said it last time.
Ooh. Look at that, Bonnie. You've left me dirty towel. Look, showing people the dirty towel on the banister.
So you have to strategically place yourself, mate, so you can't see it.
Off she goes. Look, mind her own business. Linda's going 41. Holly's
gone 32.
Ooh. We've got obviously Face gone 63, but we've got from a 32 to a 43. That's not a bad range there, mate. Not a bad range at all.
No. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my true age. I don't know why I would have said 43 last time because I'm not 43.
No, but
I'm 10 years younger than that.
You don't remember having a Greg's every day, so we're not worried about what you said last week. What you said last week didn't happen, so just go with it.
Well, I believe then, if I remember correctly, I think I might be 33.
Okay. Is that what you are?
34 very shortly.
33. So who was the closest? Oh, look at RWS. Well, 32 for Holly. And RWS has gone with 34 and Craig's at 35. So not bad. I mean, that ain't a bad guess, to be fair, is it? I think we're all in the ballpark, mate.
To be fair, I do look a lot older than what I am, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, I think that's I think if there's going to be a winner, it's obviously RWS, but I think we're all in the ballpark. Yeah. You've done well to maintain that age. I mean, look at me. I don't look at that 50 something. Another.
Yeah, closer to 34. So RWS gets it. She was a month away.
Lou Smith's apologising. Well, perhaps you just read it backwards, Lou. You heard it backwards. He's 34, not 43. Right. Like I said, I wouldn't worry about. He can't prove he said it last week. Just remember, he can't prove what his socks on every morning.
Yeah, I'm never going to live that donut down now.
No, you're not. No, that's written down here. That is that donut. Well, if you remember, if you can remember this show next week, we'll be fine. Yeah.
So I was just saying, the irony of it is I do feel a bit of a donut after saying that. So
yeah, it's to be expected, mate. It's to be expected.
Meg says I knew him when he had hair. That's true. She did, and I did used to have hair. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've only grown mine to see if I can do this Mohican because mine's probably getting very similar to yours. Now if I shaved it all off, but I just thought I'd try this new style, and I quite like it. Well, I do like it. I'm
going to try and find a picture that I want to put up of me when I was 16 and I've just started my job. Because it looks nothing like me now.
Can I see it? Let's see it.
It's one of my favorites because it's so different.
I got some pictures of me with a perm on Facebook from back in the day.
You need to see those. I might try and dig those out for you.
Yeah, well, if you look in my albums, they're in ones I've been tagged in because they were put up by somebody from back in the Bull and Bush days.
Bull and Bush, I've seen a lot about that recently.
Yeah, back in the days when times were fun and there was no video cameras around. Good evening, Danny. I hope you're well, my man.
Evening, Danny. Good evening, sir. Right. I have found this picture, so I'm just going to load it in. And we'll see what you think.
While he's looking at that, Craig, I'm going to put your topic down because we have got to finish at 8:30 on the now tonight because Scott's got another engagement. So I'm going to write down your topic because Scott and I will for sure be catching up this week because it's half term. So I know Scott will have some availability. So we will be catching up this week. So I'm going to write down your topic, Craig. Thanks very much for that. First ever job, and maybe we can have that in for next week. That'll be great. Thank you, mate. Anything like that anybody's got, we can talk about. Always good fun. Something we can have a bit of laugh with.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what people were doing for their first jobs.
Well, yeah. Face, yes, the Bull and Bush was Jackson's later on, yeah.
Okay. Right.
Luke Smith, lovely hair as well, apparently. Go, let's see Scott with a mop.
Are you ready for this? So this is me at the age of 16.
No, look, I don't even look like you.
That's the mad thing about it is it's totally different.
Yeah. Can you put you and that up together?
Possibly.
Have a look, see if you can put you and that picture up together. Let's have a look. Because you don't even look like that. You've lost weight.
When we see what I can do, I'm sure we will be able to do that. Just takes a bit of tinkering.
I had so many different hairstyles, it was ridiculous.
Right.
Lou Smith said I had lovely dark hair. Thanks, Lou. It's very kind of you to remember.
Right. Are you ready for this then?
Yeah, come on, see you both side by side.
Side by side.
And what's the t-shirt? What's the t-shirt say?
Kidderminster College IT Services.
Okay.
That was my first week in the job.
Can you do the look?
I can try now.
That's spitting. Look at that. Look at that. You wouldn't even know, would you? Gosh, yeah. I don't look like I did at school either, apparently, according to RWS. No, vaguely, but yeah, we'll have to get some old pictures out when we're people and just, if anyone's got any old pictures of school photos they'd like to share, I'm sure Facebook's full of them if you really wanted to be ruthless. But we'll leave that to you guys to send them in.
That could be another topic.
It could. School photos, if you've got them, you'd like to send them in, we wouldn't be cruel and just go fishing them out because I'm sure we quite easily fish them out on Facebook. But that wouldn't be right, ethically or morally. So if you've got the old photos you'd like us to share, random shite fashion or something that you were really proud of, I don't know, whatever it might be, then send them to Scott or myself and we'll get them put up on the show.
Yeah, I'm looking through some of my profile pictures here of me years ago. I'm just thinking, right, what did I used to do?
Well, all part of the journey, mate. All good fun, innit? All good fun. I remember thinking, I had perms, I had bleached hair, I had perms, I had rat's tails, I had crew cuts, I had undercuts, so I just had it all going on. But yeah, I can't even grow it now, let alone anything else.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it was terrible, but at least I had hair.
Yeah. Imagine how much money spent on having haircuts as well. I mean, I bought some clippers years ago. Oh, here we go. Craig Murphy's going to send a couple of photos over before next week. Send them on Facebook Messenger, Craig. You can send them to Scott or myself, and we'll get them uploaded. Sarah Cole, Reggie. Good evening, Reggie. She's still at work, so I thought she would just pop in. Yeah, quiet day in the office, eh?
Well, it must be nice at work to be able to put your feet up and watch two talented guys talking.
Well, the NHS heroes, they harp on about how busy they are and how life's pressure and that. And to be fair, I get more WhatsApp messages off an NHS hero than I do off my own family. It's ridiculous during the day. Yeah, can't keep up with them. Yeah, harping on all the time, mate.
So we've just got Sarah Cole. Seriously.
She knows. Josh in, Reggie. Jennifer Ball's in. Good evening, Jennifer.
Evening, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us. So for those of you that have just joined us, we're talking about old photos at the moment. So if any of you want to send any in for next week, Andy's going to give me some of himself so I can put them on. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to.
I'll find some on Facebook.
Craig's already sending us some. But yeah, I've just found another picture of me, Andy, I'm going to put up. Was probably taken from, I'd say it was probably taken about 2010 when I met Darren Ferguson.
Okay.
Alex Ferguson's son.
Yeah.
No, I say, is it Darren? It is Darren, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to see if I can find one while you're doing that. So I'm just looking at another computer.
So There we go. But look how different I look there. Like
Yeah,
compared to the other photos as well.
you actually look different. Like
In every stage of my life, I'm different. I look different.
every stage of your life, you've changed.
But I mean, I look at that shit and I think, what was I thinking of wearing my mum's tablecloth out to the football?
Here we go. Can I send this to you, Ed? Do I do that? Copy image. Here we go. I'm going to send one to you from back in the Bull and Bush.
Okay, so this should be interesting.
If I send it on Messenger, is that all right?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, it's coming. And there's 4 people on it. And I won't mention their names unless anybody knows them. They'll know themselves. But yeah, this is me. I was 18, 19 at the time, just to give you a... got it?
I have, yeah. Brilliant. I mean, it's hard to try and work out which one you are there. You look so different.
What's you got? Sarah lost the will to live. Throwaway Kodak cameras. They usually got thrown away. They did, yeah. Different haircut every week for Lou. Her art teacher used to say that to her. Being in the bleach bottle again, Lou. RWS remember selling them off in the free post envelopes. They used to just sit in a drawer. They didn't remember going on holiday. You'd always go, how many have you got? 32. I've got 32. Do we need to get another roll? Do we need to get another roll? Should we take 64 on? Now, I think when I went to America, with my lad took over 4,000 photos.
Yeah.
On his digital camera. He got a proper digital camera. And then it was like, should we get another roll? We'll get another roll just in case, and we'll have 64. We'll have 64 just in case. Yeah. Mad.
And then like you'd want a photo at somewhere, but like they'd be like, oh no, Rob, we've only got 20 photos left, and that's gonna last a week.
That's right.
Last a week, that.
Yeah, and you'd go in the local shop to get the blow up alligator, and they wouldn't have any film. It's just one photo, Lou. I've quickly found off Facebook. It's open to Facebook. Joe Knight took a load from back in the Bull and Bush days when we were all into we had some good fun. Let's just say that. And go for it, mate. I'm good for it. Yeah, let's pop it up. Let's put up the photo.
So here we go.
Knows any of the people in it? Which one's me?
I mean, if I had to go for it, I'd say on the right in the white England shirt. But I could be wrong by that reaction. See, I'm terrible at stuff like this. Oh, you're going to tell me I'm wrong now, aren't you? Are we waiting to see what everyone else says?
Let's just see if anyone else comes up with an alternative.
Faye says, remember the 50p photo booths in Woolies or the bus station. Face agrees with me. He says, white England shirt. Yep, on the right, 100%. I mean, I feel a bit better now because it seems to be that was right. Because it would have been awful if I had called you the wrong person.
It is on the right. The guy with the hat on, I was in a band with him. They're some good lads there. That was from back in the day when, as I say, luckily there was no camera phones about. But I looked so young. I think I was probably about 18, 19 there. And I used to get a lad who was 14, 15 who had a massive beer to go and get my drinks until I knew the landlord because I couldn't get served. It was easier to send him than keep getting ID out in those days. Because you didn't have ID then, did you? You didn't have you had your paper piece of driving license. So I never used to take it. And when they kept changing landlords, I have to keep re-identifying myself. Weird.
So
yeah, Lucky, it was John. It was. You're all correct, you guys. It was me in the England shirt, skinny as hell. I would weigh about 3 stone 6 as well, which is weird.
I do want to point out one message that's from Lou that says on the right, so cute.
Well, what can you say? What can you say?
That's flirting at its best there, Andy.
So cute. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I hated the fact I looked so young. I mean, obviously, it's great now because I've still looked so young. But back then, it was like, I hated it because I was the baby of the group, even though I was like 19 or something. I was like, there was we used to go away to watching the Harriers and all sorts of good stuff. But I was the baby of the group. It was like, because I was so young looking.
So, Face says, I looked about 12 when I was 17. Yeah. Used to get pulled over in my Hillman Imp daily.
Yeah, it's a thing, isn't it? It was a pain in the arse then, but I look back now and think actually it ain't worked out too bad, thankfully. I've been lucky on that score, but yeah, then it was just I was just a kid all the time, just always a kid, even at 19, 20, 21. It was like, I think I was 26, 27 before I got anywhere near growing any facial hair. It was all ridiculous. So that's why I'm quite proud now, because I'm like, it's taken me 50 years to get there.
Yeah, we can see from that picture, mate, there's no sign of any facial hair there.
Nothing at all, man. And I was so skinny as well. It was ridiculous.
Although on that picture, I mean, I'm just going to bring it back up, because one thing that did like make me take a double look at that was the guy's hand two to your right in the blue shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to look twice at that when I saw it. And I went, what was that?
We did get on very well.
It seemed to, yeah.
Yeah, we did very well. Good lads still about. Lads from Marpool. The other three are all Marpool lads that are still about. Yeah, all good times. Yeah. See what you're saying though.
Face says there was always that kid at school who was 15 but looked about 36.
Yeah, that was the guy that used to go and get my beer. He was my brother's age. He was 3 or 4 years younger than me. But yeah, he had the beard and everything going on. He was a big lad as well. So he had the beard going on and everything. And he used to just go and get drinks for me because it was easier than trying to prove my age until I got to know people. Weird.
Yeah, we had one in there that he looked like he was everyone's dad, but he was actually just the same age. Lou Smith also says that she drank in the Bull and Bush from 16 on her 18th birthday. They wouldn't serve me.
Yeah. When I worked in Jackson's for a little while, and you used to get the people coming in going, "Oh, can you have a drink? It's his 18th birthday." And you think, I've been serving you for like a year. Now you tell me you're 18. Thanks for that. Yeah,
I know a few people that have been banned from pubs because they went in and celebrated their 18th birthday, but had been drinking in there for like 2 years. Yeah. So they banned them for lying and being deceitful.
Man, they were there for I shouldn't serve them anyway, but yeah, that was me in the English shirt, looking very skinny and childish. I don't know what was in the bag. I'd love to know. Obviously, that picture's off Facebook, and I'd love to know. Joe Knight took loads of pictures from back in those days. She probably did them with a 36-roll camera. She took loads of pictures, and there's plenty of them about from back in the day. But I'd love to know what's in that paper bag.
See, I never experienced this, but like when you're about like taking pictures on a night out and having the roll cameras, well, just imagine someone like, girls in the toilets these days and they're taking selfies of themselves on their phone, like with the toilets in the background. Back there, going in with a camera, change the film over.
I'm guessing because that would have been somewhere around 30, a little bit over 30 years ago, 31 years ago, 32 years ago. So it would have been, she got loads. She's got loads. She posts a lot of them. She goes through stages, posts them on of us all. And it must have been a wind-on camera because I don't think we had anything else then.
So yeah, I've never really thought of that until you mentioned it. But yeah, you see them all in the toilets, winding cameras up. Because that seems like every time we got a new camera, they were done slightly differently. And then my mum and dad were always arguing over like whether it was safe to take their film out yet. Because if you opened up the back too early and you exposed it to the light,
sometimes I think the arm would stick and you didn't know whether you'd lost all the previous ones as well.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, talking about the rolling cameras, my mate once met David Beckham and his dad took the picture of him with David Beckham. So obviously it was on one of them roll-on cameras. So not like the digital ones these days where you can look straight away and if you don't like it, take another one or take several and see which one's the best. So they just got to take one photo, had to wait probably a month for the camera to run out of film so they could develop it. And when it came out, they cut David Beckham's head off. So all you actually see is a body like that. So it could be anyone.
Could be anybody. You could send one for you in the bully, Sarah. It'll be for next week now, though, I imagine, unless you're really, really quick, because we have to finish on the nail tonight at 8:30. Lou said she drank orange juice. Rachel's first drink was in the cabbie. It's there's plenty of stories, to be fair, isn't there, from plenty of people, Kiddy, Airport, Bewdley, and other areas that are on Droitwich, and surrounding areas. I'm sure there's a lot of funny stories to be told of when we were all kids. But I think we got some good topics out. We first have a job that Craig threw for us. Scott's T-shirts, Andy recommends. Obviously, school photos for next week. If you've got any, send them to myself or Scott via Facebook Messenger. Sarah's going to send me one now. It'd be preferable to send it to Scott if you want to do it quickly, but it is going to have to be quick. I'll check my messages.
If you do send it over, we can get one in quickly. We've got about 2 minutes left, but I'm very quick at doing it.
You are very
And I'm
quick.
on about getting the picture up, Andy. Craig says his first drink was in the Royal Exchange at 16. I used to host karaoke in the Royal Exchange. Not long before it closed.
No.
But just to say, I wasn't the reason it closed.
I remember going in there on my own one night. Not that long ago, really, as well, in terms of life. And I remember going on my own. I decided to go out for one Sunday evening on my Todd. And I just walked around all the pubs on my own. I went in there and ended up staying in there with some random bloke and woman. Don't know to this day who it was. It just got absolutely out of my face. Don't know to this day who they were.
But aren't those the best nights when you do that? You just turn up. You haven't got a clue what's going to happen on the night.
Well, I'd sort of gone down. I'd gone to the park, the castle, whatever it's called. Then walked down to the one before the Royal Exchange, and then just got in there and ended up staying there. Just went out on my own and just walked around the pubs basically. So it was post social life. It was just one of them nights. Now a chip in a dessert shop. It is.
Was that the Corn Exchange, not the Royal Exchange?
Yes, yeah. The Royal Exchange was the one that's a hairdresser, isn't it?
The Royal Exchange is now houses.
Yes. So yes, it was a Corn Exchange. But I went in the Royal Exchange first. That's right. Yeah, you're right, Scott. Yeah, correct.
And then the Corn Exchange is the one where the chippy is and the dessert shop now.
Yeah.
Then you used to have was it the RAF sort of unit next to it? Like
it was what? Sorry.
You have like the RAF sort of pub next to it on the corner.
Legion thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, and that's now houses, isn't it, as well? Little flats.
It is.
So I haven't had the picture come through yet.
No, I haven't either.
So I think we have to leave that one for next week.
Okay.
But I said, if anybody's got any pictures, they want to send them to me or Andy, and for next week we'll get them all in, and we'll go through your pictures. The funnier, the better. Okay, the goofier look, the better. I mean, I've got a few here of me in fancy dress, which will probably be making an appearance next week.
I've got none of that sort of stuff going on in my world. I was very straightforward, down the middle, normal, everyday type of guy. Very boring.
I'm just looking at one of me dressed as Banana Man, looking at a gorilla. So
you do
some interesting, yeah. And that was just before a football match. We went to the game. I went to the game dressed as Banana Man.
Most of mine were just before football matches, but it wasn't dressed as Banana Man, unfortunately.
No, I was Harry's used to this thing where the last game of every season we all used to dress up, last away game.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid, Andy, that's time for us. And it's time to say goodbye
to everybody that's been part of the show tonight, contributed, waffled, talked sugar with us, and had a bit of a banter with us. Thank you to all you guys, all you new folk, all you old folk, and people that just watch it in the background. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, again for joining us. We are here every Monday from 7:30. Bring your photos, bring your smiles, and bring your banter, and we'll see you next Monday.
Try.
Until then, have a great rest of your week. Ciao from me.
Try.